Hey guys, Dylan here, and today we are reading yet again another Sonic book. And today's Sonic book is from the same company, but it looks 1,000 times better than the one that we read last time, so I guess they really stepped up their game here. We see that this one is called Sonic's Shoes Blues. I've got Taylor here, and we're going to be reading this book. Now, one thing I want to point out is that this book is very weird. It's said on many articles that this book is supposed to take place in the SatAM continuity, and I'm willing to agree with that, but only if it's the continuity of the pilot. Because from the look of Sally, she matches her pilot counterpart. Rotor is called Boomer, and there's other small little details that would suggest that this is from the original continuity. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, at one point, SatAM and the Archie comics were made to promote each other. They were supposed to be in a shared continuity. They weren't really supposed to stick to each other's canons, but they were just supposed to be made so people who read the Archie comics can go check out the cartoon and vice versa, and you'd get basically the same thing. And this book is also kind of part of that deal. So it's weird to see this like shared universe, and you're gonna think it's very strange the things that carry over to this book that isn't in the rest of SatAM.
Right, it's really unique.
And we see from the cover that they have committed one of the sins of Sonic. They showed Sonic without his shoes. Thank God he has socks on, or else a lot of weird people would get off to this.
Oh, I'm sure a few already are.
Let's go to page 1, and it is a spoiler for the last part of the book. Way to put that here. Because it shows Tails with the shoes. Like, what the fuck?
Wow, I can't believe he gets them back.
And here's an opening page with a little bird, so I'm going to let you read this one.
Yay! Okay. Once upon a time, not too long ago, the planet Mobius was a clean, green, wonderful place to live. The Mobians, as those who live on Mobius are called, lived in peace with each other and cared for the world they inhabited.
After reading Archie, I can't totally agree that they lived in peace. They were kind of assholes, too.
Yeah, they were. Oh.
All of that changed with the arrival of the evil Dr. Robotnik. I love that the other one got like a nice little ribbon. This is just on the page. He took over as dictator of the planet, ruling with an iron hand over his headquarters in the city of Robotropolis, which is the weird fucking Robotropolis. This is yet again why I was saying that it's so strange. This is how Robotropolis is depicted in the comic books, in the Archie comics, not in any iteration of SatAM. So it's weird that they would go with this iteration of Robotropolis, this cartoony one. The Mobian people are not at all happy with life under the rule of Dr. Robotnik, especially since he makes them all work around the clock in his smoke-spewing robot factories. Is this before robotization was introduced? Like, do people not get roboticized here?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, I guess that's true. He does make the robots work around in the factory, but they're not even bringing it up. Weird. They know that Dr. Robotnik doesn't care how big of a mess he makes of Mobius, just as long as he can stay in charge. And we see that's where the no fun meme came from. This is actually where it started. If you ever seen some person in the Sonic community post that, this is where it comes from. This children's book from 1993.
Yep. Oh god. Antoine.
I know, Antoine's creeping. It looks like he's about to grab her.
I know.
And Sally just looks really off-model.
She does. She looks kind of creepy. But the Mobians still have hope, for they know that hidden in the secret underground Knothole Village, a brave team of freedom fighters, led by a super fast and super cool Sonic the Hedgehog, are fighting a constant battle to overthrow the evil Dr. Robotnik and his gang of diabolical robots. The Mobians know that someday the planet will be free again.
Not in the fucking history of SatAM.
Nope.
One morning, deep underground in Knothole Village, Sonic the Hedgehog yawned and stretched. Why does it always start with someone waking up? Our last story started with someone waking up, and by that I mean the fan fiction we just read. To begin another day of making Dr. Robotnik's life miserable. I can relate, Sonic. So the heroic hog wasted no time getting out of bed. Today's the day I really drive Super Bogus Robotnik and his rotten robots up a tree, Sonic thought to himself as he brushed his teeth super quick. And we can see that his room is a fucking mess. he's got his soap on the ground, which isn't going to help him
Oh,
fight any
don't
type
pick it
of
up.
germs. We see that he's got several basketballs lying around, a fucking kite, a record just on the ground, and apparently he is the fastest, and he gets all the fastest awards.
Just fastest in
Yeah,
general.
just fastest, not like
Fastest
winner of
what?
a race. Just he is
Yeah.
the fastest, and he needs awards, so he feels better about that.
God. As he left his bedroom, Sonic met Princess Sally. "Where's Tails?" he asked impatiently. "It's time to harass the pants off of Dr. Robotnik."
Man,
I
Sonic
think-
is a fucking cyber bully. What the
He
hell?
is. I
He's an
know.
actual bully. He bullies Robotnik.
I'd take you along, but this is a job too dangerous for a girl, and
he's sexist. What the fuck,
What?
Jinx?
Wow.
Sonic is becoming my hero all over again.
Oh, finally. Ignoring Sonic's comment, Sally looked down at his feet. Ew, why? Which were clad only in white socks. "I think even a He-Man like you will need to finish dressing before heading out on any too dangerous for a girl mission," she said.
I
with a
like her
smile.
because she's a snarky bitch. That's why I like Sally. Like,
Yeah,
when do you see Amy fucking snarking off to Sonic like that? She
never.
just takes it.
"Well, oh my gosh," Sonic replied as he noticed his error. "I was in such a hurry to get into action that I forgot to put on my super cool red sneakers." He quickly returned to his room to get them, known throughout Knothole Village as the shoes that never lose.
And then he loses them. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You had one job, Sonic. We
Big
can see
dummy.
that he is obsessed with Wyman, Mouse Man, and a book about himself.
Of
and
course.
he has a Sega Genesis. And he has a dartboard with Eggman's face on it, because that's how much he doesn't like him. Once in his room, Sonic moved aside piles of clothes that he never wears and comic books and went straight to the spot he last remembered seeing his sneakers, but they weren't there. The heroic hedgehog hopped from place to place in the room, scattering his belongings that he probably doesn't ever use, this way and that way, as he searched frantically for the red sneakers. Before long, Sonic became nervous.
Oh no, anxious boy. Tails.
We
Tails
see,
suddenly
we
appeared.
see Tails creepily looking at Sonic.
Ew, he looks at his feet like that.
I don't
What?
like the way he's looking at him, and
I don't either.
that's the only thing to really note there.
Tails suddenly appeared in the room, eager as always to begin the day's adventure. "Are you ready to go?" he said. "The early bird makes Robotnik squirm."
Oh, God.
Sonic quickly replied, "Tails, you have to help me. I can't find my red sneakers anywhere." Looking around at Sonic's messy room, Tails could understand how even an elephant would get lost in there. But because the small fox admired Sonic, he didn't say anything that might annoy Sonic about the need for better house cleaning.
It's one room, Sonic. Learn to clean.
Yeah, it's not hard.
We see Sonic throwing a Sega shirt, Tails eating some cookies, presumably from the floor, and there is a fucking 12 Days of Christmas reference there. That's literally how messy
yeah.
his room is. And he drinks a soda called Fizz.
Sounds pretty good to me.
The two looked and looked, and although they found 3 half-eaten cookies, which I was right about that,
You
which
were.
Tails gladly disposed of. They were half-eaten, Tails!
Ew.
You don't know who ate those! It could have been the bird! While Sonic wasn't looking, in a half can of soda, portions of Sonic's strange-looking acorn collection, 2 right-hand gloves, a shirt that Sonic forgot he had because it says Sega on it and everyone
He
forgets
forgot.
about them, and even a partridge in a pear tree. They couldn't find the super cool red sneakers anywhere.
What defines super cool?
They're super cool. I have to believe the narrator.
I guess so.
I wouldn't even
We're
call
going-
them sneakers, really, though.
No, honestly. "We're going to have to search the entire village," Sonic exclaimed. "How can I be at my super speedy best without my super cool red shoes?" On their way out of Sonic's room, he and Tails met Antoine. "Antoine," Tails said, "you have to help us find Sonic's red sneakers. He can't find them anywhere." "I'm not surprised," Antoine replied in his typical snotty manner. "Haven't I told you 100 times to clean your room? You can lose an elephant in there." Oh my god.
He literally said what Tails didn't want to say.
Yeah, Tails had to smile to himself, but suddenly turned serious when he saw that Sonic was not amused. In fact, Sonic was so worried about the situation that he couldn't even come up with a wisecrack for Wimpy Antoine.
Wow, even the narrator doesn't like Antoine.
Yeah.
But one thing I have to say about this is like, I'm glad that this continuity isn't being like the American manual for Sonic 1 or like Fleetway and insinuating that Sonic needs his shoes, like they give him super speed. The shoes help him run. They're not what gives him super speed.
No, not at all.
Sonic began to wonder if perhaps the sneakers were not lost at all, but stolen. That's stupid, Sonic. Okay, time for a meeting, Sonic exclaimed, acting like he's the leader. Tails immediately began ringing the assembly bell, which I guess they have.
I
Soon,
guess.
all the Freedom Fighters were there together. I guess these are all the Freedom Fighters. I'm pretty sure there was more in Sad AM.
No, you're hallucinating.
In Knothole Meeting Hall, which is literally just one room. I've called you here because two things that are very important to me, and my feet are missing, Sonic began. And I think someone in this very room might have something to do with it. The group looked at one another in shock, and we see that Robotnik is wanted and one random SWAT bot is wanted.
How do they know which one?
Which I love that you can make them wanted when you aren't the active government, so you actually have no say on who's wanted.
I think you finally run into one too many brick walls, Sally said angrily. Believe me, I'll be happier than you when we finally get some shoes back on these feet of yours. Wow. I haven't been able to breathe since you started walking around in your stocking feet. Everyone laughed, but Sonic remained unusually serious. In fact, rather than firing back one of his usual lightning-quick wisecracks, he just waited for the group to finish enjoying Sally's joke before continuing.
Everyone's assholes, including Sonic.
Yeah.
They feel like real people, though, because this is how friends act towards each other. They're not all super power teamwork.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's dark.
Oh.
I bet you the illustrator was very happy with this page.
Yeah, I bet.
I'll put out the lantern for 2 minutes and the person who took my shoes can place them back on the table, Sonic said, accusing literally everyone. I won't even ask who took them. This never works. And with that, he blew out the lantern and the room became pitch black. Sonic counted to himself until he was sure 2 minutes had passed.
Then relit the lantern. When Sonic's eyes adjusted to the brightness around him, he saw that the room was empty except for a note on the table. It said, "If you don't trust us, then maybe you don't need us. We'll handle Dr. Robotnik without you." Wow.
Wow. That's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Oh no.
We see that he takes one of his smelly socks and puts it over his eyes, not caring if he gets sick in the process. And I guess that SWAT bot has a white visor because they haven't colored it in yet still. Now Sonic was angry. He hopped off the table and scowled. Fine, he thought. Even with a blindfold, I'm better than all of them put together. What? Sonic, that's uncharacteristically mean. Like,
yeah.
Sonic is cocky, but I don't think he'd ever say that about his friends. Like, what the fuck?
He wouldn't. Also, he has toes.
I know, that's the curse right there. 3-toed Sonic.
Ew. A little later, above ground, the rest of the fearless freedom fighters made their way towards the city of Robotropolis.
Can we admire for a second that they were too lazy to draw that fucking cheese? And that's literally like photoshopped on there.
It's just a texture. And then they outlined it. What the fuck? This doesn't feel right without Sonic here to lead us, Boomer whispered.
Since when does Sonic lead? It's always Sally. Sonic is second to Sally. She's the princess.
Mm-hmm. He always seemed to know exactly what to do. And he could lend a hand with this load. Arg. Antoine whined. He's a pirate. Well, he's nothing but a stocking-footed sap now, Sally said.
Sally, what the fuck? Everyone's mean. This is a kid's book. What happened? They're meaner than their fucking Archie counterparts.
No wonder I grew up to be a bully. Although she secretly missed Sonic as well. Besides, we have a job to do, Sonic or no Sonic.
And they're stealing cheese. Okay.
I mean, I like doing that. She gestured towards a tall pipe that spewed black smoke into the sky. It's up to us to plug that giant smokestack with this big cork.
Oh, it's a cork? That's a
not cheese?
terrible texture. That looks
Ew.
fucking terrible. Also, that's not going to stop the smoke.
No.
Best
It's
case
not-
scenario, it just blows up the factory. Worst case
Mhm.
scenario, it shoots out the fucking cork and it squishes someone.
God. And we can smoke out all the worker bots inside and maybe find a clue to help us
But you said
find
people worked there earlier. The narrator
Yeah.
did. You're gonna kill all the people.
I guess they don't care. Or help us find Uncle Chuck, Mutsky, and Sally's father too. Tails added eagerly as he streaked ahead.
You ain't gonna find any
Street.
of them in this story.
No.
And we see a lot of shit going on. Tails tripping over a rope, that rope being a net that catches them, and somehow there was also a cage waiting to catch him. Very
Yeah.
elaborate of Robotnik to do this. Wait,
He's smart.
Tails, Sally yelled after him. There may be, but before the feisty heroine could finish, Tails tripped over the wire. That's not a wire, it's a rope. It's clearly a rope that sprung several traps, very convolutedly, in a
Several.
split second. Everyone found themselves ensnared. Why couldn't Tails also be caught in the net? Oh no, cried Sally. Robotnik and his creeps will be here any moment now. A low rumble could be heard in the distance. Robotnik was already on his way. How does he know that these traps let off? Like, is there a little bell ringing? Like, when
I
the rope
guess.
gets pulled? There's nothing technological here. It looks like all fucking ghetto traps.
In the ghetto.
This is my fault, Tails said, telling the truth. Like Sally always tells me, I have to learn to think before I act. I don't think Sally ever said that before, but okay.
Whatever you say. Or think before you accuse, said Sonic as he appeared from behind a tree with a basket
But you
of goodies.
accused.
I know
You
did.
accused Sonic. You did that, and then they left because you were accusing. You and your round quills.
I know. What nerve. Also, Sally's face is just smashed.
She did.
Even with my fabulous footwear lost, I'm too noble and heroic a hog to let my freedom fighter friends down.
Egotistical is also something you can add to that list.
Sonic said. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. In fact, I can remember my Uncle Chuck telling me many times that, well, it's good to see you out and about. Antoine broke in from his cramped quarters. But do you think you could get us out of here and finish your story later? Oh, sure, Sonic calmly replied. But actually, I brought you all some gifts that you really need right now.
The trapped freedom fighters gasped as they looked at each other in amazement. Can we really do this some other time? Sally exclaimed. Can't you hear? Dr. Robotnik and his gang are coming. Don't be so ungrateful, Sonic said as he unpacked his load. Sally, here's 3-pound box of your favorite chocolates. Boomer,
Aw.
because that's your name. Please accept this brand new bowling ball. And Antoine, for a small but sharp pair of scissors for trimming your tiny little mustache. He doesn't have a mustache.
No.
He never had a mustache. As well as this scope, so you can find the little suckers. What?
Okay, what?
Oh,
about Tails?
for his fucking mustache? I don't think he has a mustache though, Sonic. That's a useless gift.
It is. Oh no. Suddenly, Dr.
Wait,
Robotnik...
wait. We have to talk about this Robotnik. That is
I was
not
laughing.
Sad AM Robotnik.
No.
That is clearly Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik.
Mhm.
And not only is that Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik, we got the drill bot from I think, did he appear in Sad AM? I don't think he appeared in Sad AM. I
He
think he's
didn't.
just Archie. He's colored like he was an Archie. And we got the eyebrowed Caterkiller from Archie. And then
He's
we
an
got
Angie boy.
Sad AM SWAT bots. And we got a Sad AM character named Cluck, but he's yellow. So that's not even right.
God, so much is wrong. Suddenly, Dr. Robotnik and his gang arrived on the scene. So I have you all, the fiendish villain cackled, as well as a stocking-footed hedgehog. How does it feel to taste defeat? Ha ha ha.
Oh no, this is Archie Eggman.
It is.
The ensnared group was about to become frantic when Sonic calmly asked, Antoine, may I borrow your nifty brand new mustache trimmer and scope? Why do you even give it to him? Antoine then handed it to him, and Sonic immediately cut a hole in the net. Why didn't you do that to begin with, Sonic? Haha, laughed the Caterkiller as he advanced towards the heroes. Our true villain, the Caterkiller. You may free some of your friends, but we will keep the little two-tailed fox.
God, he looks so inky.
He looks weird. I don't like him.
New profile picture. No, you won't, oh wormy one, Sonic replied and freed his netted friends. Which sent the big cork catapulting throughout the air narrowly.
That's not... No, that's not how that would work. The tree had them, yeah. But you can see the corks facing that way. So if he cut it... Not to mention if he just cut the net, it wouldn't make the cork fly.
No,
so
it would just...
I'm saying this kid's book is dumb.
For dumb children. Which sent the big cork catapulting throughout the air, narrowly missing Dr. Robotnik in his Hovermatic flying machine. Hovermatic?
They fucked it up.
They did.
It's Egomatic in the original continuity. I don't know why they called it Hovermatic here.
Ha, your aim is off, Hedgehog, Robotnik snickered. Look again, Chubby, answered Sonic. Damn. Everyone turned to
Sonic,
see the giant
we could add ableist to his list now.
Yeah, and he's happy
fat
about
shaming.
Everyone turned to see the giant cork continue its flight, finally dropping right into the smoke-spewing chimney and plugging it with a plop.
I don't like
Bullseye.
that noise.
I don't either. Tails shouted. The smoke, having no place else to go, filled the building until the walls began to bulge. My beautiful factory, Robotnik cried. Everyone retreat. We have to save my beautiful factory. Get your blocks and start over, Sonic snickered as he freed Tails. And we'll wreck another one sooner than you can say Robotnik is balder than a cue ball.
Wow, they're just bullying him.
They are. I'll get you yet, you goody no-shoes, the foiled villain sputtered as he sped away with his gang.
Never mind, he deserved it.
He did.
After that one, he does deserve it. The next day, Sonic invited the group to his newly tidied room. I hardly recognize the place, Tails remarked. Well, I think I've learned a little housekeeping can be a lot of help, Sonic confessed, because while I was cleaning, I found my super cool red sneakers under the sheets of my bed. Well, I hope you learned that you don't need things like super cool shoes to be brave and clever, Sally advised. That's actually nice of her.
It is.
Just like I don't need an expensive hairdo. You'd still have a crush on me even if I had a crew cut. What the fuck?
What?
That's a flirty line, but it just came out all wrong. Sonic blushed, but then blurted out, in your dreams.
I like how he just shoved all of his shit under the blanket.
Yeah, and Antoine sees it.
That's cleaning.
Antoine found the mess. Sonic learned nothing, but you know what? That's kind of a good thing for Sonic. Sonic doesn't need to learn shit. Also, Sonic's socks are completely ruined. The fucking foot fetishists are going crazy.
Oh no, we need to blur this out. And I suppose you're wondering why everyone got a present but you, Sonic said to Tails. Well, maybe because I messed up again. Aw, the small fox answered quietly. No, Sonic laughed. It's because I wanted to give you my super cool red sneakers. Aw. If anyone could fill my shoes, though nobody really can, it would be you. Thanks, Sonic, Tails said as he accepted the red shoes with a smile that stretched from pointed ear to pointed ear. Stay in the low gears at first, Sonic said. Can anyone come with me to buy some new shoes?
From where? Robotnik owns every place. Where are you getting these shoes? What's the currency? It's acceptable. Is there acceptable currency?
I don't know. I've worn out 3 pairs of socks. Wait,
that was just for that joke. That's all.
That's a mistype, I think.
How?
I've worn out 3 pair.
Oh, yeah, it should be pairs.
Yeah. Wow. Terrible book.
Sonic the Hedgehog Special Edition. All the characters and game elements are trademark of Sega 1993. All rights reserved. And that was Sonic Shoes Blues. What did you think of that book?
I really loved the artwork. I love that it was actually mostly original.
I liked all of it. Like, the characters were very sarcastic. like very sarcastic and very kind of cruel and bitter to one another. I didn't expect that from a kid's book.
Me either.
I guess it really keeps true to what they wanted the characters to be, and that is edgy but charming and likable. And I think 100% I could see that these guys are genuinely cool. And unlike the last book, they aren't dorks just talking about recycling.
Oh god, I know.
They're actually doing like eco-terrorism to stop Robotnik and bullying him along the way.
Mm-hmm.
If only Sonic had more than 3 fingers and a thumb.
No, I like it.
Of course you do.
It looks fine.
So I think it's fine. I think that the only thing that kind of makes this story dated is the fact that it's in that weird pseudo Archie Sad AM continuity. But if you can ignore Rotor being called Boomer and the wrong Eggman being here and the characters not looking like they should, then it's fine. It's a good product of its time, and I would recommend reading it if you have like a kid that would be into Sonic, because it's not that bad of a book.
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully you guys like this video. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it. And if you want to see more, then subscribe. Hopefully the next book is as good as this one was.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Before the credits roll, I thought I'd give a shout out to my multiple ways of making money. YouTube is slowly starting to sanitize the platform, making it harder for people to make money on edgier content like I do. So I'm reminding you guys that I have a Patreon. The Patreon has plenty of reward tiers, including seeing my podcast early, being able to join my fan Discord, and possibly even getting on the show if I can fit that into the schedule. I have video recommendation tiers that you can try to get into, and if Patreon isn't your thing, I also sell merchandise. I have both Chris Chan and Edge related stuff, so no matter what you watch me for, there is a shirt or a hoodie that I'm sure you'd like to own. And if all else fails and my YouTube falls apart, I always have a BitChute account, so remember to check out all these different things in the description below.